Good morning. My name's Greg Boland. I'm the convener of entrepreneurship here at the University of Canberra, and my other role is I look after work experience or work integrated learning, whereby we put students out into industry placements as part of their degree. It could be any degree. And my other job is I look after the offshore international program, our transnational education as we call it. Here we have 5 campuses offshore in Asia and Bhutan, 2 in China, 1 in Hong Kong, 1 in Singapore. And what we do on campus here, we also deliver those courses offshore. So what I'd like to do this morning is talk to you about what makes a professional, what one considers to be a professional person, and how we should behave in this new knowledge economy that we're fastly entering. First of all, I'd like to talk about industry values. What industry expects of individuals as we interact with industry out there. From my experience, and I've had a fair bit of experience in the entrepreneurial world, in the teaching world, with my family. My family have been in business, so over the years I've picked up a lot of hints that I'd like to pass on to you people. First of all, what does industry value of an individual? With industry values, we're talking about general behaviour, the way we interact with industry, our engagement, if you like, how we go out into industry and interact in terms of trying to make the best of what we've got. In other words, we want to do what we're good at. We want to share that life with through engaging with industry and trying to make the world a better place. So I'd like you to think in terms of that we are operating in a global village. And by a global village I mean we're breaking down the tyranny of distance. We're looking at what happens in Australia, also happens overseas. So we're not unique by any means. We're working together in the global sphere. First of all, with the behaviour, what I'm talking about with behaviour is thinking about how when we go out into industry, how we interact with people, how we interact with our peers, our people above us, people below us. It doesn't matter who we interact with, but it's highly necessary we do this in a good way, otherwise you're going to lose credibility pretty quick. Now, to maintain that credibility, really basic things in life, such as the way you dress, the way you go into industry, talk to people, respect people. You'll get the respect back if you respect them. And through this networking, it's the old adage of, you hang around people or you associate with people who are going to take you places. Now, by doing that, you're going to learn from them and they're going to learn from you. So there's nothing there's nothing new about that, but it's just so important from what I've experienced through life. I guess I'd like to mention the fact that we've come a long way in Australia in particular and the world. But if I take Australia, gone are the days when Australia was brought up on the sheep's back, and then the mineral exploration in Australia that certainly put us on the map in terms of the global village. But we're now heading into what we call the knowledge economy. We're looking at taking opportunities out there when they come, being first to take that opportunity, run with it, and then, as I said before, it's important that you get people around you, mixing with people, the right people, that help you go and take that dream forward. Then once you achieve that goal, through creativity, through innovation, once you achieve that goal, it's important then not to rest on your laurels, but then to go to the next step. So proceed then, okay, what can I do now to improve what I've already done? So it's important not to rest on your laurels, but to keep going forward. Follow, make up your next goal, your next dream, then follow that. And again, there's going to be people out there in industry, in the economy, that's going to help you get there. Networking, I mentioned networking, the importance of hanging around people that are going to take you places. That's so true. Dress. It really hurts me when I go out into industry forums and you see people come in in their shorts and thongs. It's not good. It's not a good sign. So you need to dress appropriately. Now, you might like to do your homework as to what is expected of you. Some people do that. They'll ring up and say, what should I wear? No, that's okay. But as you go on, as you get more experience, you'll realise what is required. And that way you earn respect so that you can get the respect from them and then go on with your creative thoughts, your innovative nature, whatever. Opportunities. Another point I'd like to raise here is opportunities. There's just so many opportunities out there waiting to be tapped into. If you look around the world's successful entrepreneurs, for example, you'll see that they have taken opportunities in the market, run with those opportunities, and been quite successful. Sure, you'll hear the number of people who fail, but we can't just go through life thinking we're going to fail. We've got to be passionate with what we do, take a risk, what I'd like to call a calculated risk. So by taking a calculated risk, you look at the pros and cons of what you're trying to do and then move forward and get the resources, accumulate the resources around you to take that opportunity forward. Then the success will come with it. There's no doubt about it. I'm quite convinced that success will come about it, whether that be monetary success, whether that be success in your own life, whether that be success how you help other people. I mean, the rewards are there for you to take, but it just amounts to taking the opportunity, looking for the opportunity, taking it and running with it. Now, what I'd like to talk to you about now is within the realms of industry in general, I'm speaking generally here, I'm talking about ethics and behaviour. What is expected I mentioned before about networking out in the public, which is so important. So what's important on how you should behave out there with the in terms of ethics and behaviour. Keep in mind that most industry sectors have their own codes of ethics. So if you're not sure, and I wouldn't expect you to know what all those codes of ethics are, it's worth doing your homework before you actually go out there to see what is expected. There's a lot of common sense, of course, common sense on how you behave out there, but also a lot of industry sectors do have their own codes of ethics. So it's important that before you take those opportunities that you're dreaming of, go out there and behave within the realm of what is expected of you. Firstly, treating people as you'd expect them to treat you is so important. When you're out there, when you're talking to people, talk their language, that's fine. Now that could be from a very professional method or aspect to normal everyday gutter type talk. So it depends on who you're with in the way you interact and talk. So in other words, you often hear of people rising to the occasion. Well, that's important. You should, if the situation warrants it. So you've got to be very conscious of who you're dealing with and how you talk with those people that you're dealing with. So not just the spoken language, when you're dealing with people, but also, you might be seeing an email, for example, to arrange a meeting with somebody. Now, in my position here at the university, I get a number of emails every day, and it just alarms me the way some people speak. Using acronyms, using foul language. I've even had emails with not so good language, and when I get those, and the person's going to come in to see me, well, straight away I'm not on the wrong foot. I think, why is this person speaking to me in that tone of voice, in the written language on the email? And so I'm sort of a little bit biased before that person actually comes, and that's not good. And then when I meet the person, and then I realise, no, I mistook that person completely. So it's important, writing emails, sending text messages, writing letters. You've got to really act professionally, and by doing that, you're going to get the respect of the person that you are communicating with. So it's not just the verbal, the language you use, but also the written aspect of your communication. I'm not saying that we've got to be deadly serious all the time. I mean, part of taking the opportunities, part of networking, part of following your dreams is to have fun, and I can't emphasise that enough. Have fun. Show your passion. Show that you're interested in what you're doing. That's when you're going to accumulate friends around you and professional colleagues and networking that they're going to help you. I mean, there's plenty of opportunities out there. I mean, in my early days, I used to go to a lot of business breakfasts, and at the business breakfast, we used to talk about our experiences. And it's interesting, the people around the table, once you'd start talking, and then after the formal part of it, we start linking and mixing, and people then they gain your respect, and of course you've got opportunities there to go forward, because they will give you help, guidance, resources, whatever. So it's all about that, what I said earlier on this morning about the networking, but also the professional aspect at the same time. But have fun, be passionate with what you're doing, and you'll find that opportunities arise much better.